Hey guys, how's it going? davidinark here, and hope everybody's doing well. As mentioned in a previous video, back from vacation, had an awesome time in San Francisco, and while in San Francisco, Open4 folks and the Take2 folks and the Rockstar folks all had a big powwow, and it looks like modding is back for single player for GTA games. Now, what's very interesting, and I thought it was important to come on. I mean, I was so vocal about and slightly opinionated about the initial takedown, the removal of Open4, and this just craziness that was going on around all of that. I thought it was important to come back and revisit this. I'm sure a lot of you by now know about the agreement, have heard about it, but just in case you haven't, and just I want to follow up just to be fair. I don't know, in my head anyway. Again, Rockstar and Open4 and Take2Interactive all came up with an agreement that essentially allows Open4 to continue in the single player modding realm. And evidently, they've removed some code from Open4 that allows that had allowed some modifications to multiplayer. The official statement is something along these lines, that Rockstar has always believed in modding, especially on the single player side, and that they're going to allow single player modding, but they reserve the Take Two Interactive reserves the right to bring about legal action if they deem it necessary, etc. We can only imagine what happened behind closed doors. Who knows? But I am figuring that someone somewhere got Take-Two to realize that, much as what I had said, you can't, just because somebody uses a hammer to go smash up store windows, you can't ban hammers, man. And you can't ban people from using hammers. To me, it's the same thing with modding. Now, I realize it's not quite the same. I get that, but by the same token, yeah, it's a tool. It's used to enhance the experience, or it's used to create things that aren't in the game. I will tell you one of the things that I find very interesting in the verbiage, at least whatever was released publicly. It says that, and I'm reading this, Take-Two has agreed that it generally will not take legal action against third-party projects involving Rockstar's PC games that are single-player, non-commercial, and respect the intellectual property rights of third parties. Now, it says of third parties, but that also means, and it's in there, including other Rockstar intellectual property. So, the mod where somebody takes GTA 4 and puts it in GTA 5, that's basically off limits. Or taking the assets from previous GTA games and moving them into other GTA games, or technically speaking, legally speaking, taking GTA assets and putting them in another game could be deemed as legally actionable. So an example of that might be if one could export various assets from GTA 4, GTA 5, and then directly take those assets and plop them into a game such as, say, BeamNG. And if you were to take those and put them in BeamNG.Drive, then that is legally actionable. So, especially if you use Open4 to achieve that. But I think it's a very interesting, those are two very interesting key pieces, is that right now, Take-Two will generally not take legal action, meaning they could change their mind at any minute, and that you cannot use Rockstar's own assets for modding Rockstar's own games. You catch that? That's a very, very interesting piece there. So I don't know how I'm not sure how that's going to play out, because that alone could be interpreted in such a way. I mean, such a crazy way. Technically speaking, that means that if I were making a mod that changed let's say it changed a gun in GTA 5, right? So let's say I want to change the rocket launcher, but I'm using the base rocket launcher as the kind of the launching pad for my mod. Then, according to the way this is worded, I modified the assets that were already in, the Rockstar list of assets, and so therefore that could be actionable. So I don't know. It's a very interesting twist in interpretation of what could happen, but given the public backlash over the whole modding and pulling Open4 in the first place, or forcing Open4 to stop in the first place, definitely made an impact, and I'm sure it hit them pretty hard financially. I mean, even as various Rockstar games were still at full price. Right now, they're at the time of this recording, there's a Steam sale. It's the summer Steam sale, so everything's on sale. But I would imagine that those guys were making some pretty decent money, even now. I know it's hard for some folks to believe, but not everybody owns GTA yet. I mean, not everybody has GTA 5, and so there are still many, many people who continue to buy it, on a daily basis. And when all this came up and a lot of people said, nope, forget this, I just wanted to come on and give everybody an update, let you guys know that Open4 is back up and running. They have an update. They're running version 2.9. And so you can feel free to download that and check that out if that's something that you're interested in. I'm so glad that there's at least some kind of an agreement. I hope that Take-Two stands by it. I have a feeling that if at this point, Take-Two, let's say 2 months from now, Take-Two comes back and they go, nope, never mind, we were wrong, we're taking all the modding off, I think there will be an even bigger backlash than there was the first time, because they kind of threw us a bone and said, okay, well, you can do single player, and then if they turn around and pull it back, that will probably be the end. I mean, seriously, it's amazing what a strong voice we have as gamers, what the modding community has. And again, I'm not even a modder, or haven't been in a long, long time, and yet, those folks who play the mods have just as big of a voice as the folks who make the mods, and that's awesome. Kudos to us for speaking out and making our voice heard, and signing the petition if you signed the petition. And if you didn't, and you silently, protested or whatever you did, then, you were still part of the family of gamers who knew this was that was the wrong approach. And so I think it's awesome that Take-Two, Rockstar, and Open4, the folks behind Open4, were able to come together and reach an agreement, and we look forward to checking out GTA mods in the future. So there you go. Let me know what you think. Questions, problems, suggestions, horror stories down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time.